Salut Tube, on s'est quitté hier après s'être fait engueuler parce qu'on a perdu son signe et son arme. Mais aujourd'hui on va les retrouver. Bonjour monsieur.
The RCM in
Madame,
Martinez.
pardon.
What can I help you with?
Vous avez l'air
They
surprise.
don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
J'ai quelques questions à vous poser.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Qui êtes-vous exactement?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Ravi de vous rencontrer, simple jardinière. J'ai une autre question.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
Vous avez besoin d'indications.
Of course. Where to?
Je suis à la recherche d'un cadavre.
Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it, finally.
Merci, ça serait
No
tout.
problem.
Je
Of
dois
course.
filer.
I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Je peux vous emprunter vos gants?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Merci. Rentrez chez vous, sale poulet, bah c'est sympa. Nick. Nick. L'odeur vient de pourrir, les cailles pénètrent vos narines, un être humain se décompose. Qu'est-ce que tu fous là, toi?
Kuno's got this.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno.
Eh, je peux te causer au sujet de
Right in the
l'enquête?
dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Une minute, qu'est-ce que ça
The
signifie?
kid is obviously high.
Arrête de te défoncer sur un lieu du crime.
Kuno, yeah, right in the mouthhole.
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
Mais quel terrain?
You will see.
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
On sent c'est quoi ça? Pourquoi ça pue
Active
autant?
decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cock's gonna blow, Kuno.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out. Burst until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Bon Dieu.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Merci.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Ok, et on va trouver de
There's
l'ammoniac.
fruit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't,
Désigne la serre.
there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Oui, désolé, j'étais sur autre chose. Il a plutôt d'en prendre pas dans la boue, laissé par les modes de travail, 6 à 12 individus ont piétiné les lieux. Quel genre de bottes?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard.
Mais je vois pas, c'est marqué... comment je peux faire un lancer blanc? Ceci est un lancer blanc, il peut être retenté. Oh, de la thune, du magnésium. Mécanisme se travaille sur oxyde depuis des années.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Waouh. On va rien faire pour l'instant, ça fait beaucoup d'informations.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Mon collègue m'a dit que vous devriez avoir de l'ammoniac. Est-ce que je peux en avoir un peu?
Sure, I'm done with it.
Elle sort une petite capsule de sa poche de sa poitrine et vous la tend.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
C'est quoi cette histoire de Nick la police?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Il y a écrit Nick la police sur le panneau.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
Et l'autre panneau, rentrez chez vous, c'est le poulet. Qui sont les
I
poulets en
don't know
question?
anything about that either.
Even if she didn't write it, she should clean it.
Vous pourriez au moins effacer ça si vous en avez l'occasion. Soyez une bonne citoyenne, une gagnante.
Okay.
She's probably not gonna do it.
Attendez, il y a plein de trucs là. Cours intérieur, vous agissez à l'instinct et rêvez éveillé. Oh, le bordel. Lampe électrique. Pince coupante pour les gars, verrouillé, équipé ou verrouillé. Vêtements. Je peux les équiper? Ah bah c'est écrit là. Objet. Broche commémorative, mouchoir du lieutenant, ampoule d'ammoniac. Ampoule en verre, on est dans un filet en coton, on se sert pour traiter les malaises, produit par Pharmatist Pharmaceutical. Remarque, comme il s'agit d'un objet de quête, il n'est pas nécessaire de son équipement pour l'utiliser, il suffit de le posséder dans l'inventaire.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated.
Je réessaye.
You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
Quel genre de bottes?
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Ok, dans ce cas, c'est quel genre d'armure?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Où est passé le reste? Ça fait un peu tâche dans le paysage.
It is. It's expensive.
Le lieutenant trace une ligne avec son index sur la condensation recouvrant la
We've
céramique.
requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
C'est chiffré dans les combien?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Damn!
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
Pourquoi pas?
What was that about the constabulatory before? You need to push some buttons if you want to recruit the lieutenant in a conspiracy.
Si cette maréchaussée traîne les pieds, alors pourquoi ne pas commencer nous-mêmes avant que d'autres braves types crèvent?
So they don't get shot in the foot? I think our extremities are fine without a dead man's boots.
Oops. Well, no one said it would work. Back to detecting now.
Comment ce type a bien pu se payer un tel équipement?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay.
Notre rapport initial?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
C'est un peu trop sophistiqué pour un vigile.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
Frapper la
Ageless
botte du
and
pied.
a small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Quand même pas mettre un taquet dans une botte de cadavre. Ça paraît
It's
fragile.
anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint Organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Peut-être qu'il portait juste ses bottes et qu'elles n'appartiennent pas à un ensemble.
He must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
Si lui avait demandé de se foutre à poil avant de le pendre, histoire de l'humilier.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
C'est pas un moment pour boire exact.
Extremely.
C'est quel genre de corde?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus, when the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
Comme dans un port?
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
J'ai le sentiment qu'ils ont utilisé à savoir ils ont utilisé ce qu'ils avaient sous la main sans se soucier que ça pourrait mener à eux. Il tenait vraiment pas à le voir carapater, le polyester paraît costaud.
It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Donc ce serait les deux cœurs du port qui auraient fait le
The
coup.
brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Mon passé a été totalement annihilé, il ne reste rien. Ma mère, l'amour de ma vie, certainement pas un briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Comment ils ont réussi à l'accrocher
A
là-haut?
noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt, buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Je pense qu'ils ont jeté la sangle autour de la branche et tiré dessus pour serrer la boucle.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak. Your fist clenches suddenly.
Il sera constellé de trous de balles. Il sera truffé de disco.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Ce serait pas une carte de la voûte céleste, ce serait pas un dispositif microélectronique, ce serait pas un emblème national. Ce serait pas une carte de la voûte
A map of
céleste.
the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
Il y a un truc qui m'échappe.
So am I.
Un crissement résonne soudain dans l'air tandis que le lieutenant descend la fermeture éclaire de son blouson orange.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Il sort deux ampoules entourées de métal et les installe sur les côtés de l'appareil. Vous discernez une petite fente.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Il braque l'appareil photo sur le corps et regarde dans le viseur mis au point nécessaire, puis
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
dit le lieutenant en secouant le papier pour le faire sécher dans le vent glacé. Dessus, la parfaite reproduction en couleur de la poitrine tatouée du défunt. Super cet engin.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
En quoi cette photo peut bien nous être
It
utile?
contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Je peux la prendre, j'y jetterai un œil plus tard, sans l'odeur de cadavre.
Sure, just don't lose it.
Il vous tend le rouleau de papier photo, guère plus grand qu'un paquet de cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Le regarder dans les yeux.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Dis-moi le macabre, qui es-tu?
I'm gone.
Je suis parti. Je vois bien que tu es parti, mais qui es-tu?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
Maintenant, oui, mais qui étais-tu de ton vivant?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Takes one to know one.
J'ai une autre question pour toi.
Go ahead, Copper.
Où es-tu allé?
Into the wild pale yonder.
C'est où?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Que se passe-t-il?
What do you mean?
C'est à toi que je parle.
It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Pourquoi as-tu ressenti du plaisir au moment de ta mort?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Donc tu ressentais de l'excitation sexuelle quand ils t'ont pendu?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Oui.
Captain Coppadromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
Pourquoi j'aime autant les questions?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Balance-moi une tonne de questions.
Coming right up, copperoonie rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Qui t'a tué?
Love did me in, Provocopo. It was love all along.
Pourquoi ai-je la sensation d'avoir oublié un truc horrible?
Because you have.
Merde. Peux-tu me poser une question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
Quoi?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
J'ai rien d'autre à faire, cette enquête c'est tout ce que j'ai.
I am all you have. Then you truly lost it all, brother. Let the world drag it all away from you. And what it left, you pissed away. And here we are.
Raoul, c'est mon nom?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Raoul, je trouve que ça me va bien.
No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Je te déteste, tu schlingues et t'es chiant.
Do I remind you of someone?
Tu me rappelles une créature des abysses océaniques.
No, not quite.
Tu me rappelles un bébé atteint
You
d'arlequanisme.
sure wriggled out of that one. Coppellini. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Bon alors, comment on le décroche?
Before we finish the preliminary examination of the cadaver, we might miss some of these things once he's done.
The
On
cadaver
recommence.
slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? They'll come back later, Corpo.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
Je plisse les yeux, Kim. Pourquoi je fais ça?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
Son visage et ses mains sont roses, les cuisses aussi, le reste est verdâtre.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
Je pense qu'il est mort.
I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently.
Totally dead.
Ce mec, on le reverra pas.
No siree.
Il s'est fait tabasser, vous voyez les bleus?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Je ne sais pas qu'en
I think he
pensez-vous.
was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Ça va toujours être un lynchage.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Commence à
The
refouler.
pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he saying?
Talking about shit.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Big said he's a.
The lieutenant's face is made of stone. But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air.
L'examen préliminaire est terminé.
Slowly rotate.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Pour aller demander de l'aide au port.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case.
Confirmed. It's unsafe.
Ouais, une minute,
But
réfléchissons.
what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Personne d'autre pourrait s'en charger?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Vous marquez un point là.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Pour utiliser notre arme pour faire tomber?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Viser la sangle, la balle devrait le sanctionner.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea. Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
En douce, ne rien dire.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
he feels bad about his eyes mostly, just having bad eyesight, probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Muckabah asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Vas-y, je vais
It's
essayer.
bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Oh, je t'emmerde.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Évaluez d'abord le poids de
The
l'arme.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Est-ce que je pointe l'arme sur le gamin de ses morts là?
Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free, to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Do it!
Intense shit, copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic! Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
« 8% de chance de réussir. C'est faible, hein? Non.
The lieutenant takes the gun carefully from you and holsters it. His eyes are narrow and he doesn't comment on your antics.
Fucking pussy didn't shoot shit, did he? Didn't shoot me, didn't shoot himself in the mouth.
Didn't shoot me. There is sincere disappointment on her face. This kid was expecting pandemonium and release from her mortal coil.
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men. I did not want us to be indebted to Evrard Clare. I wanted us to be able to deal with it ourselves. That is clearly not the case. We need help.
Notons que c'est la première chose que j'avais proposée. Hein.
You need to suck my dick. Why the fuck am I still alive?
The leader of the Union,
Tu es en train de
a
péter un plomb.
dangerous and corrupt man, one you don't want to be indebted to.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
Je l'ai juste
What,
visé.
bitch? You fucking making excuses for yourself now?
Tu veux te battre? Tu veux te battre, ça? Tu veux te battre?
Not all of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony, put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, I've been in your room. But you and Kuno are good for now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
Marché conclu.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
Kuno is a merciful king. kind to his wayward subjects.
Qu'est-ce que tu sais à propos du corps?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he...
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
C'est toi qui as fait ça?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Contusion est un bleu. Je suis en train de parler des marques que les cailloux ont laissées sur le cadavre.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum. He's thinking the kid has amassed quite the vocabulary of law enforcement terms, but he's not going to stick his nose into this.
Moi et mon collègue, on se demandait où tu as bien pu apprendre tous ces termes policiers.
Me and my partner are wondering, do you guys puff Peter?
Kuno erupts into laughter, pointing his finger at you, then Kim, then back at you. An unfortunate choice of words, the lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks. He looks at the harbour walls looming overhead. He could use a cigarette right about now.
Est-ce que tu aurais pas vu quelqu'un de louche dans le coin? Il va dire que je suis le mec louche.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
On en reparlera plus tard.
you're testing Kuno's patience.
Get lost.
Du crime, les gosses jouent souvent dans la
Right,
cour.
pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
L'échelle est à toi?
No, it's not fucking Kuno's. It's ancient. Look at it.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno. He says you climb the ladder up to your magic tree house.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. Kuno doesn't have a magic treehouse.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans la serre là-bas?
Dunno. Kipta's gardener used to work there.
Ah, Jardinière travaille ici?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
Tu veux parler de la jeune femme à côté du Whirling in Rags? Cette
Look.
jardinière?
Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Qui est Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Ça ressemble à un nom qu'on donnerait à un chien enragé.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
He seems glad someone understood what he was going for. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno. Help! Rape!
Le cri est de plus en plus strident alors que l'enfant se tourne en direction des fenêtres surplombant la cour.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Contente-toi de répondre aux questions.
Help! He's sticking his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out. You're afraid.
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
De rien faire.
Look. I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
Ouais, mais j'ai rien fait, c'était qu'un fantasme.
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You know what? You should have, because now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
The whole charade was about establishing dominance over you. You backing up means he's succeeded.
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
Ah, j'ai envie de le défoncer. Ah, j'ai envie de lui faire du mal, hein.
Can't believe you didn't take the shot! Fucking coward! Waved a gun like a clown!
She continues to be here. All due to you being a coward and not shooting her. This kid is way, way worse than the other one.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Eh, Kuno, tu penses que tu pourrais dire au Kuno de se calmer pour l'instant, parler comme des gens normaux?
Trying to fuck at the Kuno! Trying to fuck at me! Trying to fuck! Kuno only gets higher! It's faster, faster, faster! Can't take the Kuno! Stay out of the reactor!
Kuno gonna fuck you up! Up, up, up!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno
Ah,
doesn't...
j'ai envie de lui tabasser les couilles. Elle a déjà essayé de retrouver son insigne et son arme, hein.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strike breakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow. Two green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there? Your hair sticks to your forehead, cold and wet. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance. Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the Revolution, doors leading down to Le Royaume. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock. Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home. In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
On va surtout essayer déjà de retrouver son lancier et son arme, et je pense qu'elles doivent être quelque part là-dedans. Mais ça sera pour un autre épisode. Voilà. Au revoir YouTube.